the score streaks come into play, you got to give the edge to OpTic. So can eRa bounce back? And, you know, who do you expect to even step up for the squad for eRa?
Well, Pharaoh, this is the exact map and game mode combination where he got critiqued for some of his streak uses yesterday. It was also one where Decimate got critiqued for shooting TK's bodies and then choking the map. So for me, it's going to be simple. Don't give OpTic streaks and don't shoot bodies if eRa won't have a chance. Yeah,
I don't know though, man. OpTic's hardpoint this weekend, well, this week, excuse me. Granted, it's only been like 3 maps we've seen, but they have just looked incredible so far. And again, Scump just had a masterclass performance on this previous map on Flak Tower. Had a great map, number 1. He has been just destroying kids all week so far.
Oh yeah, he's had a fantastic series up to this point and looking to keep it going with a 3-0 start here. Karma pushing out these outside lanes. They want these back spawns. It's actually a split spawn from eRa. Crim snaps onto both. As so far, it's OpTic Gaming completely outslaying their opponents off the break of this map.
Yeah, FG's back, baby. But this is, you know, the first hill should be not necessarily contest heavy because obviously you get inside, you're going to get wall banged, you're going to get naded. But OpTic Gaming gets a really nice start. Now Formal's trying to pick up the second. He only gets 1. So on the bright side for eRa, yes, you're going to be down 40 some odd points, but at least you have the spawns for the next hill, and they have that complete, just top half of the map completely cut off. 2 players stacked up by ammo, 1 player inside the hill, and the other is watching the mid push as well. And you can see that's exactly where the pressure is coming in from OpTic Gaming. 2 right side, 1 mid, 1 left.
And this is smart from eRa to focus so much on these spawns. They know OpTic, that's what they're going to be all about on these rotations. When do you see a setup like this with nobody helping the guy in the hard point? Now Ricky will call out pressure coming from the front, and look at these yellow arrows rotating over. Love this setup so far from eRa Attorney, but OpTic with 2 kills might have the entry they need.
Yeah, it's crazy as well. They're trying to play for spawns. It doesn't work. They fly at the hill, and maybe it does, but then it comes down to the 1v1, and Karma's there, but he's going to be weak, and that is the perfect ult from eRa, and they're going to get streaks. We said, who needs to step up for the squad? Right now, looking like Bevels, man.
Pharaoh with another kill on the Crim 6, and OpTic, they will have to just give up the rest of this time. So they spend so much energy focusing on middle map. They get 48 seconds off of it. Then they have nothing on the next line hard point. 1 streak used by Bevel. 3 players already pushed up farm. They're going to decide to forfeit the last 5 seconds of scrap time too. And with those kills, you're going to see players spawn. 1 player spawn out for OpTic, 1 spawn in the back. A very awkward scenario right now for both of these teams. That fighter pilot's only to get 1. Oh, 2. Okay, the second kill does come into Formal.
And the question is where does OpTic spawn? They're going to spawn all the way at the top, but a player actually spawns at the bottom as well, but it's not going to matter when Crim gets another 3-piece in hardpoint. He did it on Gibraltar, did it once again.
That was all 4 from Crim 6. How to lock down the spawns. It starts with Crim 6 with an FG42, and he wants more as they are lining up for the robot himself. Now watching the back. Please, go ahead and challenge us, Crim 6. Oh. Okay, you know, Crim, we're going to have a talk about that one. I was really going to sell the whole thing about you not dying, you getting streaks, and then you just had a gunfight like that.
Either way, the situation at the moment, if Formal wins this 1v1 inside the hill, and he had the 2v1 anyway, the support from Crim was there. That is 2 streaks burned from eRa to try to get through on this hill, and they were not successful at all. And OpTic Gaming just restorms that lead, bumping it up another 40 points.
So far, it was basically a full hold on the bottom red hill for OpTic, then a full hold on the wine hill for eRa. There we just saw a full hold for OpTic on Cathedral. Now will eRa keep the streak going? OpTic look like they have the full setup they need to begin to break on through. The challenge from Scump, hill player dead. OG with the break.
Yeah, and you can see Scump making sure to not push into the hill too quickly because as long as he stays alive, it's going to force eRa's spawn much, much farther out. And you see there where the pressure outside of Pharaoh trying to come in on the flank. It's Formal who kind of let him through just a little bit, and Pharaoh is going to be able to pick up 2. Meanwhile, eRa's coming on the other side as well. 1 player left inside the hill, Bevels. He's not losing that gunfight. Clean break.
Bevels is doing everything he can to get his team to a map 5. Unfortunately, right now, OpTic up by 60. Even with the slaying this even so far, the kills where they matter are coming in for OpTic Gaming. The 10 seconds of scrap time will also go to the green wall, and it's eRa who've now rotated all their focus towards this middle courtyard and bottom red.
Yeah, and so far, it's one of those things that when OpTic outslays, the games were close and you kind of want to criticize them. Now they're not outslaying and they're up by a ridiculous amount of points, more than double the score of their opponent. Of course, though, eRa, you see Bevels has the flamethrower. This is where you want to use it. Take it out, stand in a doorway, set people on fire. You're buying your team time.
Looks like that's exactly what he will do. He tries to burn 2, not going to quite reach, uses about 1/3 of the gas in that tank. OpTic break on in to keep the lead at just about a minute.
Yeah, OpTic literally was standing at the perfect range to not get set on fire. So Bevels maybe should have just sat in the corner and not pushed up that just too far. But OpTic Gaming, again, taking full advantage. When eRa's in a great spot, they push through. Now the spawn's heavily in favor of OpTic Gaming, who already have the nice lead.
If you're OG right now, you do not care about these last 15 seconds. You care about the next 60 on wine. A completely different story from the first time around when we went to this hard point. Will OpTic now be able to do what eRa did last time, and that's get a full 60 here?
And Bevels right now, he needs to stay alive, because if his teammates on the other side of the map pick up some kills, if he stays on the left side of the map, it forces OpTic to spawn way out. But instead, I don't know. They're deciding on what to do. They're trying to hunt players down, but now Scump's kind of floating down in the back, comes out of ammo, picks up one, but it looks like the pressure for the moment coming through for eRa.
eRa, wow! Gets the call out that Karma's one shot. Snaps with the pistol, and there's the break for eRa. So OpTic's setup gets broken, honestly, on the first push from eRa Eternity.
Yeah, and it seemed crazy as well, because it seemed like eRa was hesitating, but as soon as the kills start coming in, they came out on top. So OpTic not doing a good enough job on the hold. They're trying to return the pressure, but they're only fighting for, what, 23 seconds of scrap time? You got to ask, is it even worth it?
Yep.
And it looks like still Karma's actually going to push.
Now he's just going to hightail it out right away. 115 to 120. eRa will be within 30 seconds if they get all the scrap time, which they will. But last time OpTic had this control, chance we know, that's where they really established that huge lead that they had earlier on.
Yeah, and talked about Karma pushing, but he's actually put himself in a really good spot. It's not going to last for very long, but Scump's able to pick up one, and it's just slowing Decimate down. Someone, though, for OpTic should probably stand inside the hills. A couple seconds just kind of thrown away, but no big deal. Scump still dealing with all the pressure in the back. Now Decimate's getting team shot, and he just can't do anything. Clean. 4 down for OpTic Gaming.
Can we quickly swap through eRa? Any streaks to try to break this hill? The flamethrower, that's not going to be useful. Yeah, that spells disaster for me here, chances. eRa just going to try to outmuscle OpTic in middle. Formal with 1, make it 2. Scump with the trade of his own, and Ricky with the FG. Really shouldn't be the man that can break into this hard point all by himself. One final push is all eRa have on this hill. And it looks like OpTic will thwart it there as they're back up by over 60 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, even last time when eRa had 2 streaks at their disposal, OpTic still gets pretty much the entire hill. And this is something I think it was Red Reserve is very good at that specific hill, and they win games off of it on St. Marie. And OpTic is doing just that. Still, though, eRa trying to fight their way back into this. They're only down by 80, but of course, that's more than an entire hill. So best of luck, but you got to do it here at Post.
OpTic trying to force this player off the boxes, which is Bevels. Again, the flamethrower does nothing. It's more of a distraction over anything. Barrel jumping out of top middle will kill off Karma, so it's a 2v2 for hardpoint control. Bevels swings the odds in his team's favor, and with the help of Decimate, eRa will remain with hardpoint in their favor. The 70-second lead, now down to just 50. As it continues to drop down as eRa stay within reach on this map.
Yeah, and OpTic's actually really taking their time. They send Scump on the full flank. He's at least going to be able to find one and stay alive as well, and he's going to force that player out. Meanwhile, his team was winning all the important gunfights, so not the full 60 coming in that eRa would have wanted, but obviously on Post, it's incredibly difficult to do. More importantly, though, OpTic getting all this scrap time, they're going to find themselves, what, about 15 seconds away from being able to end the game.
You can see the chance for eRa to win this map, Chance, and it starts right here in this bottom red hard point. If they can get inside, at least get, what, 20 seconds on this hill, and then hold a full 60 on the new hard point, that's really their chance to win. But OpTic have a perfect setup right now. Scump has been such a nuisance in the top window, and at this point, they've got to flood the front courtyard. It's one doorway that they can go through, everyone holding it from OpTic. This really should be GG right here, Chance. As, yeah, that'll do it. OpTic Gaming take the series 3-1.
Yeah, and very convincing wins in both of the hard points. And I don't even, ineffective streaks for eRa is a better word. Not a bad usage, but they got nothing out of it. They got nothing out of the flamethrower, even when they're the best spot for it in that lower restaurant hill. Doesn't work. They burn 2 streaks on the 3rd hard point. They get nothing out of it. Then they have to play OpTic when they don't have any streaks, and it just gets even worse for them. But either way, again, we've said about eRa a few times. They look good. Their S&D looks a lot better. Their CTF is strong, but not winning hard points is obviously going to cost them.
And, you know, OpTic Gaming,